Episode 1 with the most beautiful host that I could ask for. So, gracias everyone that's tapping in on Friday night, sharing some of that Friday night. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe. I also want to say gracias to all the new subscribers we got. We just hit 7,000. And I thought we were talking about 6K the other day. We just hit 7K. I'm telling you, we should be at 7 million. As much raza that's in California, we got the numbers, and we're making a pinchy difference this year. I want to go ahead and introduce the beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot executive producer who's made a splash on YouTube. Made a splash. A couple lives in, and already feeling good. But mi amor, you want to say something?
Yes, I want to thank everybody that's tuning in. We're really excited. Mike has a few announcements to make. First of all, I want to wish my husband a happy 43 birthday, which is this coming Sunday, January 14, 1981. We
Thank
got
you. Thank you.
married 20 years ago on his birthday. So it's a double celebration, and we're really excited to have you guys here tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone that's tapping in. Let's go through some formalities. That way we can get into a good conversation. The beginning, episode 1. I'm pumping, I'm jacked for the Chicano Hour, live with Mikey and Miss Chicano Tube. So, all the day wonders, gracias. I highly appreciate you. All the members only, they know who they are, the pinchy backbone of the community. I highly appreciate your support and your monthly giving for the channel. It just shows real ones. And not just that, but the members only know they have exclusive perks for the content creators series of fighting. And also shout out to all the Chicano channels that are out there. Not just those, right? But the Chicano channels that are out there, like Tony A and Pocho One and the homie Hangout, and I can go on and on to my brothers. There's a long Chemos Flicks, OG Triple OG. I can go on and on and on. Hey, and if Chemos Flicks is in the casa, congratulations, you've been married. No, I'm just kidding.
So I want to say hi to the women in the chat. Brenda Love, Denise, thank you so much for all your support. I consider you two my friends. Thank you for the follows and thank you for supporting my husband. I really appreciate both of you. I see Nino. Nino's a great patriot. We have nothing but love for you, brother.
That's right, Nino America's in the building, shaking it up. I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Gracias, you guys. As you can tell, Miss Chicano 2 went all out. Look what we have right here. So ahí está mi cumpleaños. It's blasted out there. There you go. Run that number right there. But that's coming up on Sunday. But of course, we have the Friday live. How do we even let the people know how we were talking about coming together and collabing after you just came off a live with Convicted Hearts, Jen Magana, mi hermana. That went well.
Yeah.
And then how do we talk about doing this?
So you've been telling me for quite, some time already, maybe a couple months. Um, I at first I kind of was hesitant. I didn't really want to. I said maybe on special occasions I'll do it here and there, but I've already done. This would be our third episode doing together, and I think with Jen Magana, I with the round table having Denise there and house, I got very comfortable and I got excited and I said, you know what, I can do this. So my husband Mike wants to announce something that we're going to be doing.
That's right. So the Chicano Hour, episode number 1, with this collaboration right here. We got a lot of plans also coming up as well. Our 20th wedding anniversary that's coming up on Sunday. My birthday, I'm already too old to count. Gente.
43.
Okay, because even I have to ask my wife. I ask you
Yes.
how old I am because I don't know. I'm wired a certain way. So huge, it's huge. And so we got feedback from you going on Convicted Hearts.
Yeah.
Hey, she should start her own channel. Calmanse, man. Calmanse. Start her own channel. What should it be called? The channel. Give me some channel names for Miss Chicano. High Frequency with Miss Chicano too. Holistic living. And the intro just has but those topics right there got people interested.
Yes.
Amor, this is what you talk to me about. I'm interested in that, but I'm a dude. So I lay back, gente. It's not like I'm all in everything. So this is going to be the yin and the yang, the Chicano hour. Make some announcements if you got announcements, anything you want to say, Amor.
Not really.
Okay.
We're ready for questions
All right.
and
All right.
talk a little bit.
Good.
You guys want to ask us any questions? Since this episode is a little bit more about our wedding anniversary slash Mike's birthday, feel free to ask us any questions about our marriage. I'm pretty open. I think so is my husband. So feel free. We can give any advice, talk about our highs and lows, whatever you guys want. Any questions you may want to ask us, we're here to answer.
What the people are saying is that you probably really balance me out. You're gonna be that balance I am
Mhm.
because I'm one way and could just be talking certain things, but when you're talking about frequency, holistic living, health questions like that, people didn't know a lot, and maybe I don't talk more, and I should to set the example, right? And to be honest, gente, with Chicano Tube bearing that name, Chicano Tube on YouTube, it's a big responsibility. Me and the beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife right here, I feel having speaking about Chicano issues is a huge responsibility. So I'm not perfect, but this is aquí estamos modern day representation of Chicanos on YouTube. No,
Yes.
we're not the brown berets. This is not a 60s and 70s movements. This is, not Cesar Chavez because even there were some errors there, but learned and came and birthed from all of those movements to be modern day Chicanos here in California. That's all I'm talking about. I know there's Arizona Tube, New Mexico Tube, and Texas Tube, but this is really Cali Tube right here. So I think we got a good example right
Mhm.
here to set for the people, and we're
Mhm.
gonna have some great conversations because this is an election year.
Yes, it is. So he just mentioned, first of all, I want to say hi to El Chapo. Chemo's on here. Just saw Jen. I saw Happy 1977 Girl, OG, Triple OG, Spanx, Jay. We want to say
That's
hello
right,
to
OG,
all of
triple
you.
OG, my boy.
Fume 209. Of course, I mentioned Nino and my girls, Denise and Brenda. Thank you so much, Cultura Cafe. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, yes, my husband just mentioned that we are yin and yang, and we certainly are. In most of the aspects of our marriage, we're very, very, very different. I think I mentioned this on Jen's channel that I'm definitely more fiery, I'm more passionate, and my husband, he's a little bit more on the mellow side. He's just very, very patient, and I'm more of a now person. I want it now. But we complement each other very well. Whenever he needs help, I'm there. When I need help, he's there. So it's a beautiful compliment. We're two opposites. Um, Saludos to stories written by current Tony, which I had the pleasure of meeting in person. Saludos to you and your family. Um, so yes, guys, we're thank you very much for the congrats. Thank you. They're wishing you a happy birthday. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
That's right. And when I jumped on YouTube here, we did the rebranding of the channel back in June, and there was a little bit of controversy there, right? Because again, I feel there's a big responsibility. I'm not just gonna gloss over that by having the name Chicano Tube here on YouTube, right? And so in the beginning, we started up a little bit of controversy because I was starting out the channel and I was like, what's the definition of the word Chicano?
Mhm.
Whoo! When I said that's such a wildfire que prendí todo. It was a wildfire that came, and the natural answer came naturally. O sea,
Yeah.
that was the answer. And I understand some people were saying this, and I want to get your opinion. Some people were saying, well, you know what? When we have those are really just divisive labels.
Mhm.
Or when you say that, it just creates division. And then on the other hand, you think, well, every culture, Russian, German, has their culture.
Yes.
This is our culture. So, and I might have said more controversial things like, oh, people okay, they're Chicanos in Japan. I was just letting it go because people wanted to argue in the comment section. Let me ask Miss Chicano too what she thinks a Chicano is.
Well, let me just give you an example. For example, I have a couple Puerto Rican friends, and Puerto Ricans refer to themselves as Boricuas. Could you ever call a Mexican American or just a Mexican a Boricua? Never. They are Boricuas. Puerto Ricans are Boricuas. So I mean, a lot of people get upset, but only Mexican Americans would follow in the category of Chicanos, just like Puerto Ricans are Boricuas. That's the way I see it.
Okay, and all that controversial stuff, and then I lightweight. I don't know, and I'm gonna say lightweight. Regret. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Maybe I do, maybe I don't know, but it's a valid question. I don't think it's not a legitimate question, but other people, I don't know if is there. I don't know if another is there. Is it just me, or I don't know if another culture that people just want to represent or identify more as? And
Mhm.
again, I'm not hating, cabrones. It's true. When we grew up, did you ask any of your closest friends where they're born? No. I didn't ask any one of my closest friends, where were you born? We were all brown, one shade or another. So let's just get past that
Mhm.
because now it's 2024 and we're leveling
Exactly.
up.
Exactly.
But is the name meant to divide or label? I don't think so, cabrones. I can say Chicano and I can say Mexican American, or I could say Mexicano even proudly
Right.
myself here in California because we're the majority. Man, we got crazy numbers, these guys. We
Mhm.
got crazy numbers. We're gonna make a difference this year. That's right, Mexican American. I see you, my boy Jay. Man on fire. Just stepped in the casa. I appreciate you. He said negative. Negative that it's its own culture. It's a beautiful
Mhm.
one. Do we got the best food? I think we might have the best food, gente.
We do. No doubt.
Jay's in the casa says, Paisas call us pochos. I call myself a pocho. It's all to the good, man. As far as the word paisa, if I say that, usually I'm referring to how I used to refer to Mexicanos, not today.
Mhm.
I don't say that today, or do I? I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Mhm.
But again, it's not being divisive at all. Somos pochos. We're born here, and that's okay. That's 100% okay.
Okay. So, Cultura Cafe says Mrs. Diaz Mikey wants a bulldog. Um, I don't think that's gonna happen. And not because, we love dogs. I think bulldogs are super cute. But we already have 3 and we lost one almost a year ago, so we don't wanna go through that heartbreak again. We're very happy with the 3 we have, and, maybe in 10 years.
Yeah, because it's not gonna be get a bulldog to replace one or say one for one, one for one. It's not gonna be like that. But maybe down the line, who
Right.
knows? Not right now. Not right now. Until the rancho comes. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you know what? It's been more Netflix and chill. That's what it's been
Yeah.
lately. We actually watched 2 movies lately. One of them, Snow Society on Netflix, was a crazy, crazy película, gente. Gracias, Spence Contreras. I appreciate you, my boy. Snow Society was a true story of a 1972
72.
soccer team out of South America, ¿verdad? Era
Sí.
sudamericano.
Yeah, it
Sudamericanos,
was in, what was it? The city?
Uruguay.
Uruguay, and they landed in Chile, right?
They
Santiago.
landed in
They
hell.
near
That's where they
Santiago.
land.
They were heading to Santiago de Chile, and somewhere in Chile. You wanna explain the movie?
They landed in hell, man. They're having fun going to this soccer. I don't know if it was tournament, game, or championship. They drew the route. Oh, we just have to go around the Andes. We have to go around the Andes, and they're gonna go through the mountains, this range. And I guess where the pilot was supposed to turn back, he didn't turn back, gente. It's on Netflix. It's called Snow Society. And all of a sudden, the laughing on the plane turned real. And there
Right.
wasn't just soccer players, there was families there.
Mm,
There was moms, because a mom passed away, one.
right.
There was sisters of people. And I'm like, it wasn't exclusively to the team, to the point where 1 week past no nutrients in their pinche stomago,
Oh my gosh.
they started thinking of doing what'll make your stomach turn. I don't even know if I should say it, but basically they had to survive only off of human bodies.
Yes, you guys have to watch it. I watched a documentary and an interview long ago, about 20 years ago, and I remembered some of the stuff. And as I was remembering, the movie kept telling the story, and I made my honey watch it with me, and he just loved it. It was a crazy movie. We highly recommend it. Yes. So,
Crazy movie. So that one's called Snow Society, and another one, but this one right here, I'm not recommending it, but I'm just letting you know because we watched it. It's called Look Up. And hey, my boy Nino's in the casa. He's already awake. He knows what's up. This movie. We're watching this movie and we're like, this is exactly what they're doing in real
mhm,
life to us. And we're supposed to see this as a movie to get programmed that this is normal, that it's okay. Vans can pull up and silence you and snatch you off the street. And it, what do you think about that movie? Look Up.
Look up. Basically, I call it. They pre-program you. They put it out there. They'll put information out there. Um, so when the events happen, we just accept them. But they basically tell you what they're doing. I strongly believe that based on a lot of these elites, they worship Satan, and in their religion, they believe they need to tell us so they don't have any karma debt. That's what they believe. They believe that. And in order to do what they got to do, they have to tell us. And they tell us through movies, through music, TV, commercials. They tell us what they're doing. And that movie is basically programming us. You got to watch it and know that that's what they're really doing.
It was crazy. They were in the White House right there. Meryl Streep, she played the president, and she's a damn good actress. You know what I mean? She's a damn good actress. Even though I don't agree on all. This is a movie where you had like 5 or 6 megastars, right? Ariana Grande, Leonardo DiCaprio, Meryl Streep. Who else was in it? There was like
Megastars, yeah.
megastars, all in the same movie. Now, why do these megastar actors
You got questions.
collaborate in the same movie? Because they're all in bed together.
So we have questions. I think we should get into the questions. Yeah, I did. Okay, so Brenda is asking us, what is your dream vacation as a couple? I think we both agreed on this one. It's more his dream place, but I love it too, so I wouldn't mind. Italy, right?
Love Italy. I would
Yes.
love to pass away like the Godfather Part 1 in a little garden with my grandchildren all around me and just that peace.
Mhm.
Italy, old Italy.
Old Italy,
Italy.
yes.
And you've traveled all kinds of
Yes.
places already.
Mine, I've never been to, Cancun, the El Valle there, the what is it called? The Valle of around Cancun. What is it called, honey?
Quintana Roo, or not Quintana Roo, Vallarta.
No, not Vallarta. It's over there.
I'm just throwing.
It's in
I'm
the
throwing all the
Bahamas.
beaches out there of Mexico that I know.
Yucatan, El Valle de Yucatan.
Yucatan.
Yucatan. There we go. So I want to go there. To me, Mexico is the best place to go to, and I haven't been to that area. That's where I would love to go. Denise asked, I saw a question by Denise. It says, Cubo, Miss Queen, for Mikey, what has your marriage for Mikey? Miss Queen, for Mikey, how has your marriage changed since you both have become Christians? I think that question is for you.
Okay. So yeah, I got baptized in 2004. 2004. And man, when I went in that water, I thought that water was going to turn black. Let me tell you, I felt death around the corner. I really did. Every morning, it was one of those, kind of Wild West, living like Wyatt Earp kind of stuff, that it's supernatural, gente. As soon as I jumped inside that water and I came out, I felt like all this weight that I had on my shoulders, like it just crushed. I kid you not, people are gonna be like, oh, he's just saying that to get baptized. Well, I mean, the word does say get baptized, right? Acts. But anyways, 238. When I went in there, boom, and I came up, it felt like a weight had come off. But then for the first time in my life, guess what I started feeling, gente? I started feeling conviction. For the first time in my life, borders, conviction started hitting me. I remember grabbing that first liquor bottle after I'd been baptized, and it burned, man, inside of me so bad. And how come it never burned before? Supernatural. So how has it changed? At least I know where I'm going. Because of, not because of what I do, but because of he's in my heart. And that's how it's changed. So here the pillars are Dios. This is how we lead Chicano Tube, on 3 pillars. Dios, that's the first one. So when they try to talk us of taking Dios out of it, we don't want to hear that. The raza don't want to hear that when you try to take Dios out of everything. We'll talk about that later. Familia, we're big on families. And we'll get into other details there. And cultura.
Yes, I agree.
Any other questions?
Any questions?
I don't want to be missing them. Am I
Yeah,
missing?
no,
'Cause I
I'm
can go
trying to
on and on.
find, because a lot of people are just congratulating us. There's someone that said something. It was funny. What was it? Watch, I saw it. It's Spanx Contreras. Mike, when I got baptized, they had to dunk me twice.
And it probably turned into boiling water. Te digo, man. That's how I felt. It was a crazy. Me and my wife were complete opposites. My life that I was leading, I did everything I could to keep it away 100%. To her not know anything, keep it the least. Even though, of
Mhm.
course, she suspected. Right, trunks were getting opened and people were talking and little, conversations were happening. But as least as I could expose, and I'm glad that's the whole 180. That'll come out on the Netflix series. And the end of everything. That's coming out on the biography. We don't put it all out there.
Send us questions, guys. And I'll tell you what, when I met my husband, well, obviously he was not a Christian. I grew up in a Christian, family. I was baptized at the age of 11, and but I backslid. When I met my husband, I wasn't serving God. Obviously, once you know of God, you have the seed planted. You can never not have that seed planted. Um, but still, even though I wasn't walking with the Lord, I did have that conviction. And I never thought I'd marry, fall in love with my husband. I met him at work. I think I mentioned it on Jen's channel that he was very well spoken, very well dressed, very charming, very smart. He was cute. And we started, talking, and he started charming me, and eventually we fell in love. And by the time I started really knowing him, getting to know that side of him, it was like too late. I was just too deep. And I couldn't believe what I had fallen into, but that's our story.
That is. And maybe on the Chicana Hour, you'll be hearing more and more. Don't forget, this is the new show every single 2 weeks. We have Miss Chicano Tube in the
Yes.
building.
So we have Cultura Cafe question. Mrs. Diaz, did you encourage Mikey to grow that cop brocha? Does that mean the mustache?
That means a mustache.
Okay. So I did. I did encourage him. When I met him, he had a mustache. It was not like the mustache he has now. It was more like the mustache that my son has, my 17-year-old son. Um, Very cute. And then for a while he shaved it off. And then I thought he looks more handsome, in my opinion, with the mustache. I just think he looks more manly. I don't know, I'm more attracted to him with his mustache. And so I did. I encouraged him. And I also liked a little bit of the beard because I like touching it and scraping it. So yes.
She's funny. All right, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and put the phone line because they're asking
Okay.
about calling in. They want to talk about Chicano issues. Ooh,
Okay.
cabrón. You want to open up that can of worm? Yeah, it
Nino's
is.
producer Christy is in the casa. Saludos.
So there it is. There's the phone
Denise,
line.
go ahead and call Denise. She's asking a question. How do you guys deal with conflict? Do you want to say something and then I'll say something?
Is that like with relationships?
Yeah, she's talking about marriage. Yes.
Okay, no, I'll let you take that one.
Okay. And Convicted Hearts Jen just gave us a little something. Thank you so much,
That's right,
amiga.
mi
God bless
amiga. Gracias
you.
for that
Thank you.
super
We greatly,
chat.
greatly appreciate you.
Appreciate
Thank you
you.
so much, amiga. Greatly appreciate you. So answering Denise, oh gosh, it's so it's 20 years of marriage. So it's been we have dealt with it in many different ways. Um from yelling, I don't want to be with you no more, to like giving each other space, to what we know is the best thing to do is to give it to God. We we'll be a little quiet with ourselves, with each other, and then we pray and give it to God, and that's when we get the actual answer. When we give it to God, we know we get the answer. So I've learned through the years that when something's not going the way I want to, a lot of times it could be my ego, or I could be right, but if it's not, if there's resistance, I just have to let that go and give it to God. I don't like to live my life based on, resisting something. If I keep pushing, he kind of keeps going the opposite way, just as if he tries to push me, I'll go the opposite way. So we just have to surrender it to God. And when we surrender it to God, it just always works. God always works his wonders. When we surrender it, we give it to God, and we speak life into our spouse. I like to speak life, and I like to say my husband is wise. My husband is wonderful. He is loving. He's a provider. He's a great example for our kids. That's what I like to speak. And God honors it.
My. We talk about relationships. If those are the questions that they want, because they want to talk about Chicano issues, cabron, you're gonna open a can of worms. Let's do it. I want to hear it.
Denise?
Amiga, you're live on Chicano Tube.
Hi, congratulations to both of you, first of all.
Thank you, Denise.
Thank you, amiga.
Oh, you're welcome. I have a couple questions.
Oh, geez,
Okay.
he said more than one, amiga. Go ahead and drop it.
Go
Chicano
ahead.
questions. Go ahead, drop them.
Well, these aren't Chicano questions, but
Oh,
they have to do with your marriage.
go ahead.
Okay, so the first one is who or what is your inspiration in marriage besides God?
That's a good one. That's a good one, amiga. And let me tell you that, man, he's the anchor. So if it wasn't for him, he's the glue. And I don't really, I mean, you could say children, because everything we do is for our children. Since we're Mexicanos, Chicanos, we build families. And I want the kids, even though as spoiled as they are nowadays, asking for $200-300 shoes every weekend, as spoiled as they are, I do want them to, at least me, make a difference and reward my parents for what they broke their backs and came across and worked and came to this country to give us opportunities. But as far as me, it's Dios.
Amen. But she said,
People that
she
I know
besides God, right?
Number one.
Besides God, it would be our family, our values, especially as Mexican Americans. I think that we have those values that, marriage, we vowed. I think if you think about it, when you make that vow, you don't make vows to no one except your spouse the day you get married. And so honoring that vow is very important to us. It should be always God in the center. But our vows, our values, and I'm a romantic at heart, so it's the love too, of course, the love that has remained for more than 21 years now since we met. So yes, it's the love, it's the values as our culture, the values that we have. So yes, that's what
and
keeps us
and
together.
amiga, I apologize. I might have totally misunderstood the
Yeah, she
question.
said besides God.
Okay, go ahead, amiga.
That's
Go
okay.
ahead.
Okay, so for me, it's funny because my husband, we've been together 34 years, right? And you're right, the values are there. My mom, she was, as a single parent, she was and did her best, to instill those values in us. She had 8 kids, so for me, it was my mom, and just wanted to throw that out there. And
Ah,
Oh,
got
nice.
it. Now I understand it.
God,
Yeah,
of
like
course,
she said,
God,
I guess who
And
inspired. Yeah,
okay,
okay.
my other question was to Miss Queen. There, what's your favorite thing that Mikey's ever done for you, or what does he do? That makes you happy.
Oh my gosh. I can't say what's my one favorite thing that he's ever done. He's done many, many things. Um, I guess so. One thing that just charms me every day is seeing him every day when he gets out of work, and he's just very warm with me and the kids and our dogs. He's so warm with us, and that just melts me. Um, he just melts me, and I think it's the simple things, the little simple things that keep me going, to keep that fire. Um, he says very sweet things to me too, but he's just very warm. He has like a kid's heart, and that is what charms me every single day of our marriage.
Right on. Do you have time for one more?
Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, one more. This is for both of you. Like, since you guys been together and you guys been together all these years, is there one thing that you guys find each other acting like each other? Like, is there something that, do you understand? Like,
Yeah, like that we got from each other, like adapted, you mean?
Yeah, or like changed you, or like you do something Mikey does, or
Okay,
he
for
does something like
example,
you do.
I used to not like chocolate cake, and when I met
Mhm.
him and we got married, I realized how much he loves chocolate, and I became addicted to chocolate cake because of him. So that's one thing that I could say that, I adapted, that I'm like that. I'm like him now. Um, one
Well,
of the
that's
things I tried to imitate from him is his ability to remain calm in
mhm.
very, very, hard situations. And because, see, I'm more impulsive and more, I'm more of the fiery kind, but I
Mhm.
admire that. And I've been, learning that from him. But yeah, there's little traits that you learn and that you adapt. I don't know if he's adapted anything from me, but
I just it's this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say. When you ya cuando encuentras the one you fall in love with, it just I'm a traditional marriage guy, so it's I do and that's it.
Mhm,
And then but more when it's someone that you were just me and you saw each other in Monterey and we're like,
mhm.
okay, no matter what the obstacles were between us, so that was gonna be it. So her mannerisms and everything, just are wonderful in my eyes. Everything is perfect. Nothing needs to be changed. And I guess I'm just a good husband.
Aw, that's sweet. Well,
Thank
again,
you for the
congratulations.
call.
Amiga, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate you very
You're
much,
welcome.
and I just love being your friend.
Same here, and God bless you guys.
Ándale,
Okay, God bless
cuídate
your
mucho,
marriage.
Denise. Gracias for the call,
Cuídate,
amiga.
amiga. Cuídate.
Bye.
Cuídate. Hey guys, thank you so much for everybody that's commenting. OG Triple G, thank you so much for the love.
They're also
Um,
they're commenting on that new short that I did called the Clout Chaser 5000. That
yes, I
was a
saw that.
funny one. A DJ booth. I went down there today. That's so funny, man. But hey, everyone, MLK Day is coming up on Monday. Martin Luther King. And so everyone a lot of people are starting off a 3-day weekend right now. So hey, have a great MLK weekend también and have a great Monday off también. We could talk about MLK if you want to talk about MLK because there's a lot of theories. There's a lot of what happened to MLK. There's a lot of people that just say if they don't like what they're doing, they'll take you out. I don't know if I should go down that rabbit hole here on episode 1. Is there any other questions coming in?
Any questions? No,
No?
but I did see Spanx Contreras comment that says it's the little things that matter. Like, I love you. You look beautiful today, and never go to bed mad at each other. Life is too short. Yeah.
Plus, I'm old school, anyways, man. Let's just put on some oldies and let's just chill and kick back. And it's nothing but a vibe. You know what I mean? At least that's how
Absolutely.
I think I am, but I don't know.
Hmm. I'm more fiery, right?
OG Smoker. He said, let's go ahead and hit that laptop 20 cents, man. We'll just get it. A EBT card away for the
Yeah.
laptop. A EBT card and smoke it. That's right. MLK Day is on Monday. That was crazy. He preached his last message on a church, and then in front of the hotel room in the balcony, a sniper went ahead and shot y en eso en paz descanse MLK. This is what I think is a prophet, gente. I think a prophet is someone that comes with a new message that has never been heard before,
Mhm.
changing the dynamics of how normally things
Mhm.
are. And MLK for damn sure was a profeta, te
Yes.
digo, came with a new message. People rejected it. A lot of people had a lot of motives. A lot of people had a lot of motives. And we're not going to go down the conspiracy hole, but MLK, man. Those videos are going to be circulating on Monday heavily, especially his last sermon.
Oh, yes.
Especially his last sermon. Span Contreras in the casa 33 years. That's right, my boy. That's
Sancho
right.
Villa.
That's right, my boy.
Oh, yeah.
And also the
Contreras.
Chemos Flicks, who just got married the other day. That's right. Sanho
Nice.
Lifers in the casa. I appreciate you, my boy. I appreciate you, Sanho Lifer. I'll see you soon, cabron, man. I send mines all the way over there to San Jose.
So I do have a something for tonight. So
What's happening here? I don't know what's going on.
you don't know what's
There's
going
something
on.
going on. Go ahead.
Okay, yes. So as you guys all know, this Sunday my wonderful handsome husband is turning 43, And I got him a little gift that I would like for him to open up tonight on our live.
Okay, then. Here we go, gente. Let's go ahead and open up a gift. I'm
All right, guys.
43. I'm born in
43.
81. Esta fecha coming up on Sunday. I appreciate you guys, man. I'm not even counting them. Oh, what do we got here? What is this, gente? She set this up, gente. This is all set up.
did.
This thing is not spur. It's
And
all
I
set.
need to do something with the light really quick. So
Okay.
go ahead and
Okay.
you want to start opening it up?
No. I can go ahead and just look at these comments and adjust anything you need to adjust. Sanjo Lifer says, "Ya sabes, carnal." That's right, my boy. Here, hey, this is the first episode of the Chicano Hour. We're going light right now, gente. If you don't believe we're going light, this is an election year. We're going to talk about a lot of real shit, a lot of serious things that affect me and you, just not on the inaugural episode when I'm introducing my bi-weekly partner over here for the Chicano Hour. You know, she was on Convicted Hearts, Jen Magana, talking about frequency, healthy living. We'll talk about all of those topics on top of the mixture that I put in there. So enough of me talking. She wants me to open this up live. And so let me do so now.
Yes.
This over a little bit this way. Un poquitito nomás.
All
All right,
guys.
gente. I don't know what's in this box, but
He
here
has
it
no
goes.
idea.
Should I? I'm closing my eyes. I'm not even gonna open
Honey.
nada. No voy a abrir nada. Nada. She knows I do this all the time, and then I'll get done opening it up, and she'll be like, "Look at it," and then she'll get upset. You're not looking. I don't even know what it is, gente. What is it? Is it a piggy bank or feels like it's in a box? The ones they buy at the swap meet.
Fume, I'll answer that question shortly. I saw your question, so we'll answer.
I haven't even. I don't even know what this is. You guys see what it is? Are you guys commenting? They can't see it.
I use the regular box, but it's
Oh.
what's inside that matters.
Oh, I thought it was in some kind of box, like, guess, like un pinche drone or something.
Yes, something like that.
Or something like that. I need something to cut it now. You taped it,
Yeah,
right?
No, just tape, just regular tape.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I
Regular tape?
want to get something
Sure.
to cut it. Yeah, hold on.
Oh gosh, he's something really quick, honey. What do you guys think it is? All right, guys. Okay, so Fume, you asked that question. Where is it at? Something about where is it at? So Fume asked Mikey and Mrs. Diaz, what are your pet peeves you have for each other? I already know he doesn't like if I'm a little bit upset with him, he doesn't ever like me texting him while he's at work because that will ruin his day. So I learned that and I don't do that no more. I'll wait till he gets home to tell him if something's bothering me, if I'm upset about something, whatever it is. But that's I think that's the one, right, honey?
I don't have no pet peeves,
You
man.
get it?
Every single moment that I'm breathing, I'm alive. I'm thanking God. Man, I shouldn't even be here. All the pinche balazos whiz by
Yeah.
my head. Hold on, you guys. Here we go. It's
right,
it's our
guys.
20th wedding anniversary. I got a
Well, this
present.
is a birthday gift. Our anniversary, we could talk about that in a little bit, what we're going to be doing.
Okay, I still
is a-
haven't seen. Here we go, gente.
He hasn't seen. Go ahead, honey. There, look at the present.
Oh, oh shoot. Jeez, weeka, gente. Jeez, weeka. Bang, bang.
You want to move the box so that way you can see it? Remove the box, honey. Remove the box of that. Yeah, there we go.
Holy smoke.
What'd you get? Show, honey. Show. And then show the front. Show the... Ooh.
Droopy on the beat.
You're welcome, honey.
Okay, now I gotta do something. Okay, I kind of suspected something, so no me voy a quedar sin nada, cabrones. So no me voy a quedar sin nada. So at least let me return something back. Happy anniversary, 20
Chocolate.
years.
He knows I don't eat sugar, but okay, I'll
20
eat sugar.
years. Happy anniversary.
Thank you, honey. Thank you, honey. Try it on. I want him to try it on. Try on the jacket.
Right now?
Yeah, try it on. What do you guys think? You should try it on, right? I know, Denise. Cowboys. I was raised with, my brothers in Cowboys Nation, but my hubby's a big Niner fan. So look at
Ma.
that. Doesn't he look handsome? My honey.
My,
What do you
my,
think, honey?
my.
I don't know. What do you think?
Bang, bang. That's right, you guys. Episode 1 of the Chicano Hour. Okay, we're going soft right now. We're not hitting issues and topics, but it is an election year. We're about to go really,
Yes.
really hard on Chicano issues coming up soon. But this is the inaugural one. Every single 2 weeks, you're gonna catch me, Mikey, and Miss Chicano
Every
Tube.
2 weeks, guys.
Once you see that thumbnail drop, you already know that's what it's going to be on Friday night. My Wednesday lives, I'm going to put a schedule out. That way the gente can know
Thank you, Cultura Cafe. Someone said,
exactly what to expect.
Mikey better put it down tonight with only chocolate. So you want to say what we're actually doing, what we're doing for our anniversary?
That's right. You know what? We're going to go to one of our favorite winery. What do you call it? Winery slash
Yeah, it's a
hotel? No, it's a
winery.
winery because it has a hotel.
So we're going to a winery.
Yeah, and this is like five-star winery in Paso, because
Paso.
Paso is one of our favorite. Just kind of go and chill cities. Well, see, Paso there's a lot of patriots in Paso.
So yeah, we're staying at a
There's
luxurious
a lot of
resort.
patriots in Paso.
It's very beautiful, and so it's our favorite place to
They
go
got
to.
nothing but little diners down there, restaurants, and beautiful. And they're all patriots, like I said, all there right there. And so it's a vibe. It's a vibe. So that's what we're gonna do, and that's how we're gonna receive our
Yes.
20 years married. That's what the anniversary is. I know a lot of people talk about different anniversaries. They celebrate everything. The day I met you, the day this, the day that. But
Yes.
this is 20 years
Married.
in where the living room of.
We did a small ceremony in my mom's beautiful house. We were two young people
Right in the Alisal district.
Yes.
Right in the heart of the Alisal. Was actually over there by the Victory Outreach.
Yeah.
The Victory Outreach that was on Barden. I remember, rest in peace to
my
that
mom
Pastor
had
Herb.
such a beautiful house, and it was just so, she was always into luxury stuff, and we fixed it up really nicely, and that's what it was, an intimate wedding. And yeah, that was
Gente, it was, to me, it was I was going through a change, right? Like I wanted to go through a change, 23. Now we're
You were 23. I was 22 at the time. We're both born the same year, but I was born on the second half of the year. So I was 22. You were 20. You turned 23 the day we got married. We got engaged when we were both 22. So
you got that, gente? 22.
yes.
Mikey, how does turning 43 make you feel every day above ground, amiga? I feel like I have energy for days now because, again, we do healthy living over here. Yeah. We'll get into that in future episodes, okay? Dr. Sebi and other things that you're talking about on Jen Magaña's channel had people tripping on alkaline diets, and people had never heard of that because los doctores que hablan de eso desaparecen, les callan la boca. But how does 43 make every day? I'm blessed. I shouldn't have half the things I think I have. I think I should have still been paying for a lot of shit, but I'm so blessed, you guys. And so that's why I think here on Chicano Tube on YouTube, we got good representation of the raza coming right here. We're going to tell you exactly what it is. We're not thinking like our 20s or in our 30s. We're thinking about us and the community. Would you say that was it me that brought you more to culture, cultura, Chicanismo, or was it you?
No, for sure you did. I always just consider myself Mexican American, but you kind of like taught me a little bit more, I think, for sure. It's just the last, I would say, couple of years. And I've always been proud to be from Mexican parents, but you got me more into it. I started, really digging into it.
Yeah.
Someone asked us, Dr. Sebi. So it's SEB as in boy, Dr. Sebi. There's a few, informational videos out there, but a lot of times these doctors are heavily banned because of the, I don't even want to say the word because then they'll.
We know of for sure one doctor that used to treat one of our sons, or both, or two, or I forgot.
He's treated all our kids, and he actually Me too.
And he lost it. They
Um,
took the pinchy
they
license
took
from him.
his license
They
because
took it because he was
he was actually
anti-pharmaceutical.
he was actually he saved many lives. So they took his license. So it's just sad. But look into, holistic medicine, guys, and look into you know, uh an alkaline diet, organic diet, an anti-inflammatory diet. At our age, he's 43, I'm 42, and we're healthy. Like, how much you weigh? How much you weigh again?
So I could wash clothes on the stomach.
Uh,
No, just kidding. 178.
See, he's 178, but he's 6 feet tall, so 178 is pretty good. I'm 5'8" and I'm 134. So my BMI is like 21 or 22, which is very, very healthy. Um, but
But Michael K, yeah, Dr. Sebi, he spoke about nothing but
mhm,
natural things. And look about we're Chicanos. Look at our ancestry. We know we're indigenous. We know we have indigenous roots going all the way back there. And what did our indigenous ancestors do when they were ailed? It was natural remedies, 100%. O sea, si no crecía del suelo, they wouldn't even take it. They weren't putting no synthetic pills inside of them. And I'm not telling people to
mm-mm,
not go and buy that stuff. I'm just saying if you have an option, and I told my wife, this is a lot of work that she does.
mhm,
O sea, to make stuff fresh and from scratch every single day is a
every day.
lot of work to make
Yeah.
juices
I
and stuff.
refuse to use a microwave. I just, it takes longer to reheat.
Marvelous said
Everything's in
that though.
pans, but no microwave.
Marvelous said that the microwave nukes the nutrients.
It takes away the nutrients. So it's like you're eating calories without nutrients. Can you imagine that, guys? Denise just asked us, are you guys setting the example of marriage to your children? Do you think you getting through them to them as far as morals and values? We definitely think that we are getting through them through our morals and values. I have a very open relationship with my kids. We talk on a daily about these things. As a matter of fact, about 3 days ago, I watched a video about. Okay, I'm gonna just say it. I think we could say it. Sex out of wedlock, right?
Just say
Sex,
it. Just
sex,
say it. They take the
sex,
channel down, gente. We're coming back
sex out of
stronger.
wedlock. And there was this guy talking about like all the religions in the world, right? And how all the religions they preach against sex, out of wedlock, and he was talking about portals. In Christian words, you would call them spirits, right? Like you okay, so in the act of sex, there's a trade of
Transmission.
energies and
Transmission.
spirits. Christians call it spirits, other religions call it something else. At the end of the day, it's the same thing. So he was saying that, okay, so for example, a woman sleeps with a guy and that guy's already slept within the last few years, he slept with like 50 women. She's going to open up portals of all those women that guy has slept with. Okay. Same thing goes with the guy. Um, and we've learned that through the years. So marriage is sacred, and you mentioned the scripture the other day when we talked about sex and marriage. What is that? You want to mention it?
Oh, in Hebrews, where
Can
it
you mention?
says the marriage is holy, sanctimonious, and the bed is undefiled.
Yes. And as I've learned through the years, I 100% agree. So this guy was saying that it takes an average about 12 years to clear the last person you slept with out of wedlock. So can you imagine that? So
So
with
that's when
that,
they came out with the song "F My Baby Daddy." Just kidding.
yes, yeah, that's terrible. But anyways, so no one ever taught me that. My mom never gave me that advice, or I don't think my husband ever got that advice either. But as a couple, we're a Christian couple, and we know now, I am teaching my children that. And I know we're living in a time where just people just sleep with anyone, and it's so casual. They call it casual sex. They call it um like, oh, the what is it, the friends with benefits and that kind of stuff. So no, I'm going to discourage my daughters and my sons, both of them, like my boys too. I'm going to discourage them just because they're boys. I'm not going to care. No, I do care. And I'm going to discourage them. I'm going to tell them, sex is sacred. So yes, we are teaching our children, and I'm very vocal with them, and I actually want them to watch that video, at least my older two, so they can understand what that is.
And me, you know what I try to push on the kids all the time is, just values. Marriage is one of the big ones too, también a los hombres, that they're not going to just
Mhm.
do what they want to do with anyone, because that woman, that young girl is somebody's daughter, it's
Yes.
somebody's princess, it's somebody's granddaughter. And so we teach that. And I'm just so blessed, gente, that I thought I'd have to pay 20 times over in lo que hice to the kid through the kids. But you know what? They're like a 180.
Yeah.
They're all bookworms. My daughter, okay, she got accepted in the UCLA, came out on the cover of 17 magazine. I don't know what other things that the kids are going to achieve, but I know God has a plan for every single one of them.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you. That's right, Denise. Gracias for that. They're talking about naming your own channel. That's why I said it was frequency with Christine. High frequency
No. Mhm.
holistic living with Christine. We'll talk about those things. It's episode 1, gente. Give us a little bit, because it is an election year. After the
Yeah.
primaries get set in March, we're going to talk about what Chicano should be the number one issue, which I believe should be the economy for the gente. There's other issues that shouldn't even be number one, like the border. Okay, that's an issue. The border, I know it's an issue, but that's not number one. Number one is the economy. We're going to talk about these things as soon as we get the final 2 candidates for them. And no, gente, no candidate is perfect. We're not here hanging off of any single candidate. No estamos aquí tratando de lavar, gente. We're going to tell you what's right and what's wrong, and what do we base and predicate things on is all culture, our
Yes.
upbringing, our families. That's what we're going to base everything on.
Hmm. I
Ma-
agree.
Michael K says, right, aspiring, cabrón. That's right, my boy,
Thank
Michael K. I
you.
appreciate you, man. JSB's in the casa. That's right. 12 years is insane. ¿Qué pasó, man? We're taking a trip down
Yeah,
memory
that
lane.
12-year. No, he's talking about what the video I was watching, that um it takes around 12 years to clear the portal of the last person you slept with, if it was out of wedlock. So imagine that, how bad that is. And then if you conceive a child, or even you have children after that, even if they have a different father, they might carry some of those energies. So it's just really bad. So and these are things that I've learned through the years now, and I want to teach my children everything I know, and it's going to be up to them, but I trust that my kids will have wisdom, and that they're going to be guided by God, and do the right thing.
Yeah, they on Chicano too. They ain't gonna catch no Brittany Renner, like she came out on Shannon Sharp's podcast, and he said, "Well, how many men have you been with?" She said, 35. Holy smoke, Brittany Renner! What in the world? Going out to every single basketball player in the world. Come on now, let's keep that real. Okay, a lot of people idolize the Kardashians. Let's keep
Okay.
this real. They idolize the Kardashians, but who's had the most men in the world? I think the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just as bad though when men do it. I do want to clarify that. Both men and women, it's the same thing.
the border and the economy. There you go. They're asking questions now, so we're gonna hang tight, even though I know we reached 8 o'clock. But Gabriel I says the border and the economy, they're very much correlated way. But this is what we got to do, at least here in California, man. We're tired of the last 3 years that we went through. We don't want to bleed anymore. This year, for most of my businesses, usually there's a 3 to 5% increase from different contractors and vendors. Every single pinchy contractor is telling me there's a 10% minimum increase for this business year in 2024. Why is that? Why are they lifting the minimum wage? And why are there a lot of pinchy companies that they're going to have nothing but laptops and tablets to order when you go in most of the restaurants in California, because businesses can't afford to stay open. So I put number one issue for the raza in
Economy.
2024 is the economy. It's but what we got to do is stop que nos laven el coco, and for
That's
them
right.
telling us what we should be thinking, because one party There's extremes on both sides, but at least one party makes more sense. The other fucking party is insane. The other pinchy party is just says, look at him, look at him, look at him. And not 1 second tells us how they're gonna fix anything. All they're telling me and you is that he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. Does that make sense? It don't make sense. They're popping up every 4 years because they need our vote. I think it's changing this year. Shout out to Karina Powers.
Right. My friend Karina Powers.
District 5, Central Committee, Republican Central Committee.
The other day, speaking of the economy, the other day I went and bought a cauliflower at one of the groceries that typically is inexpensive. Foodsco's pretty inexpensive. And I was shocked because I just grabbed the cauliflower. I didn't even look at the price or anything. And when I paid, it was $5. Like $5 for a cauliflower?
I'm paying $8.99 for a bag of pistachios that aren't. It's not more than a palm full of pistachios, gente. That's what I'm saying. Your families are suffering. There's less food inside your refrigerator. Your wallets are a ghost town. Our bank accounts are how many people are living paycheck to paycheck? Let's keep that real. And it's not no knock on what it is. It's just they haven't been afforded the opportunity. The only way we can do that is get with the right administration. We'll be talking about that in a little bit, cabrones. But the border, it's an issue, but it's not priority. The border's been open. Guess what? You know what the average is for people that cross the border? It's anywhere and under the last administration was anywhere from 20 to 30,000. Under the last administration, not 46, who's right now a weekend at Bernie's, not weekend at Bernie's in the White House right now with 8-ball Biden, the son, Hunter. Under 45, there was anywhere from 20 to 30 being processed. Even though he was being fought a lot, they didn't want him to build. He only built 2/3 of it, of what he wanted to build. But anyways, you know how much gente in the last 3 years, the average crossing the border. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just letting you know a lot of the times they don't got time to process these people. They're just kicking them out. They're just letting them go through, or they're putting them on buses and they're sending them to Chicago. They're putting them on buses. And it's funny because New York wanted people in the beginning, and now they're passing laws to restrict other states from dropping people off. The hypocrisy is real. Right now, there's anywhere from 150 to 200,000 people crossing every month, and that's been a national average for the last 3 years. Again, that's up to you to say that's good or that's bad. I'm just saying, if they have the money, they could fix that problem. But if they're not going to fix that problem and use it for politics, our eyes are not on that. Our eyes are on the pinchy economy.
Yes, the economy. How many of you tired of the gas prices here in California, especially? It hasn't gone under 5 in like forever. Remember when it was 7, like a year and a half ago?
That's right, man. People are hurting at the pump. They're hurting all over. So stay tuned in right here. Bi-weekly, the new episode, the Chicano Hour. Happy anniversary, Mike and wifey. Saludos.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Everlasting. Thank you. Denise, there's 2 sides to everyone. Did you see the other side of each other before marriage or after? And how did you deal with that other side of one another? No, I think by the time we got married, we just kind of knew like who we were, right?
We're young.
We're very young. I got married without knowing what our future was going to be like at all. No planning. I was just in love. That's it. That's all I knew. I was in love with my husband. We still am. And just by the grace of God, the first few years were rough, but by the grace of God, we definitely now have a vision. We have a statement for our marriage. And I just thank God he held us together. He held us together. So
that's crazy.
Karina's on. Did you hear why we have open borders? Because we're not procreating enough to sustain Social Security. Oh my gosh. Karina,
I'm looking for the comment right now. Oh, there it is. I couldn't even see it and posted. And then Gerardo Castro, I'm going to answer yours right now because again, we're going back to the border, Cabrón. We're going back to the border. We could always talk about that. That gets a lot of calls. That gets a lot of comments. There's a lot of controversy from what's going on at the border for now. Hundreds of thousands of people that have come in over, and most of them aren't Mexican. I'm not saying that's good. I'm not saying bad. I'm just reading what the statistics are. They're coming on boats. They're coming on everything. So again, the southern border, not priority. Guess what's the priority? The economy, gente.
Mhm.
People booming. We don't want to go through there locking stuff down anymore. We're gonna change it. We're gonna flip it with the help of Karina Powers. She's gonna leading the way.
Amen.
Shout out
Our
to
friend.
Karina Powers who's leading the way. So if you're in Monterey County, if you're right here in the county, that means you have an address here and you can vote. You need to vote for Karina Powers. Okay, Chicana, did you hear why we have open borders? Because we're not procreating up to sustainable Social Security, amiga. This is what's going on all behind, just like that movie Look Up. All of that is in that movie. They're controlling people with the media, with social media. Will make you think the most things, how they stir. Remember that one we're talking about, the presidential candidate? Remember, she didn't want to hear anything with Leonardo DiCaprio, who was the comet scientist expert of the whole country. She goes, yeah. And then all of a sudden, a scandal came out on social media. And she said, I need to create something to deflect attention. Oh, yeah, the wacko that talked to me about comets. So now let me be the hero of the. It was crazy. This is exactly what happens. Shout out to Karina Powers. Sustained Social Security. I don't even know what's sustainable, right? Are we about 35 billion in debt? Or is that trillion in debt, amiga?
Trillion.
Who's had the last balanced budget? That's what I want to know. Actually, you know what? I actually think that was Clinton. Don't get mad, gente. Someone could fact check me. He's not my favorite Clinton came out, gente, and you already know on what list. Hillary Clinton had to turn off her comments on Twitter on purpose because the comments she anticipated her husband, like Ted Cruz said on his podcast the other day, likes them young. I'm going to leave that at that. I'm not going to get more into it. But there's one side that's just washing our heads and popping up every single 4 years. And so
OG says gazillions.
Gazillion, man.
Everlasting, thank you so much for that
35
beautiful
trillion.
comment. I greatly appreciate it. Brenda, yes, that's right. Hit that like, guys. Thank you so much.
That's right. Party all the time. That's right. 2-1. Frog is in the Casavato that ran the biggest debt in history. Trump. I don't think so, bro. Show me the numbers, cabron.
Before I forget,
show me the numbers, Frog. 2-1.
Before I forget, I want to wish our friend OG, Triple OG, a happy birthday. Today's his actual birthday.
Is that right?
Today,
Saludos to the one that runs the YouTube.
Happy birthday,
man.
OG.
Shout out to you, cabrón. Hey, Dios te bendiga, que te da muchos.
Amen.
Y saludos. If you're right here, era copas, cabrón. Boom.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, my boy. That's right, man. That's one of the most entertaining channels on YouTube. I open it up when I do have a chance, and then I go on OG, Triple OGs, and Chemo's Flicks, and many more. Autism Matters. That's right. Tupac is the king of rap. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you more than you know, man. That's right. So the first episode of the Chicano Hour, gente. We talked a lot of different topics. We didn't even talk about other stuff that's trending. That's what I talk about on the Wednesday night open lives, like the flying felon that got 13 new charges in Las Vegas. Este pendejo that looked like he was a flying squirrel. He went over it wasn't the same judge, gente. They switched another judge and they put 13 more charges. Those are the kind of trending stuff we'll talk about on Wednesday open live every 2 weeks. So it's not weekly, right? It's every 2 weeks. Miss Chicano Tube is going to be on here
every other weekend.
And now let's start with topics. All we're going to do is start laying out topics for the gente. So whatever the caption is, whatever the thumbnail is, gente, that's what's going to be the topic. We're going to start laying it out. Gracias for tuning in to the introductory episode 1 of the Chicano Hour, live on Chicano Tube, live from Chicano Street. Any last comments you want to read off, or is there any last questions?
Yeah, no, just happy.
She got an iPad over there.
Yeah,
she got the iPhone 15.
My iPhone's faster. That's why I kind of have.
She doesn't like the lag of the iPad. Is new.
And yeah, it's new, but
it's new. When do we get it?
Like 3 months ago.
The iPad's new. Is it going slow? We got 1 gigabyte hardwire internet. I had the shout out to Jose Canchola photography. You know what? Let me go back to that comment. There was a photography comment I think I said I was going to answer. Shout out to Jose Canchola Photography that worked at Spectrum, my boy. He hooked up fiber optic for the house. And what are they doing with half of the immigrants that come here illegally and overstay their visas? Bro, they're emptying out high schools in New York for undocumented people, and they're just cramming them in there. And parents are pissed off that their kids aren't able to get an education because they don't know where to house these people. They're passing laws for the border states. Just get tired, I guess, of people they don't know and they just bust them out. I don't know. Again, that's not priority number one. We could talk about that one whole episode though, because people get, about humanitarian this and that and how we should treat people. But let's not forget when those pictures come out of kids wrapped like hot dogs, Obama did that.
Yeah. Spider-Man, sup, Mr. Mikey, Mrs. Diaz, been listening since you mentioned her started driving, but I'm home now, just sending my saludos.
That's right, you guys. We're about to enter our anniversary weekend.
Yes,
Gracias,
we're
you guys,
gonna
for
be
tapping
going
in.
to a beautiful vineyard. So yes, we're gonna be busy over the weekend. So we want to thank you, and Lord willing, I should be here every 2 weeks now. So we'll see how that goes.
Let's go ahead and get into some topics, guys. The introduction is done. Episode 2, we're going to start talking about things we need to talk about. It'll be in the caption. Gracias, you guys. Don't forget to hit that like and hit that subscribe. And don't forget, and IG.
Thank you, Karina.
Give a shout out to IG. We haven't
IG,
we're live on
the
IG. Ni te
Chicano
dije.
Tube IG. Saludos to all.
And everyone on
Yes.
IG as well. We're growing that. And gracias again for 7K. We're going to get to 10K, 15K.
Thank
and
you, guys. Thank you so
position
much.
ourselves what we need to be as the voice of the raza de gente, at least for Chicanos in California. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I appreciate you guys. Brenda Love says Araña. That's right. Diaz Familia, OG, Triple OG.
Thank you, OG. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody,
G7.
for
Good and bad
tuning in.
happens while anyone is in charge. I know the comments keep going. Well, as whom's. That's right. That's right, you guys. All right, you guys. We're
Thank
going to
you,
let you guys go.
God bless you. We really appreciate it. 20 years, guys. Thank you so much.
That's right. I'll see you guys on Sunday night for the Sunday night Super Show. But remember what I always
We're
say.
not going to be here on Sunday night, honey.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I owe you that. Maybe let's do a pop-up then. Maybe a Monday lunchtime reggae mix or something. I'll do something to make that up, you guys. Gracias, you guys. I appreciate you guys more than you know. Live, the first episode of the Chicano Hour with Miss Chicano Tube and Mikey here for the raza, for the people. Gracias, you guys. But remember what we always say. Remember what we always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.